Girl, the way Dr. Damon Daddy done check Dr. Heavenly. Can I get a Dr. Damon Daddy stat? Y'all ready to talk about it? Get the music! Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or fuck discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just boast it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss Married to Medicine season. Girl, I don't know. All I know is Dr. Damon checked Dr. Heavenly and it made me a little moisture. Say what I say. Let's get into the episode. I ain't got all night, girl. So the episode opens up. Anila, husband, Dr. Karen, done finally said, look, I know we need a babysitter. We don't trust nobody. Let's get your mom and daddy down here. However, when we get them down here, we got to make rules. They can't come down here acting crazy, doing what they want, like they running the shit. That ain't normal tradition. Tradition goes, my mom and them come down here. But since you want to go outside of tradition, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they gotta follow my rules. So he makes his commandments for the mom and daddy. Girl, them people ain't about to follow that. Dr. Karen, they're not gonna follow it. But here you go. So he make his rules, telling them they can't just, cook without washing their hands. And, Anila talking about, oh, that's what we do. And he was like, that's some old other Indian tradition. But from where I'm from, we just don't do this, that, and the third. If I needed my mother-in-law to wash my churn, I would quit my job. I'm just saying, before I let her and her husband move in there. Girl, please. But anyway, he make his rules, and I feel like, listen, Anila is not going to deal with that, and her mama not going to deal with it, and she ain't going to make her deal with it. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Toya and her son is at home. They get ready to head out, and we find out her little son was accused of stealing. Can I just talk about this? Black people, I know it's an elite thing to send your son or your child, where all white people at, or he deal with the white folks. Or she by the white folks. She the only black person, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Stop doing that. Because y'all think y'all putting them in a better environment and you ain't. Because just like Toya's son was accused of stealing, I'm an honest hoe and all my hoes is honest. That's what her son should have said when they accused him. But either way, he had a doggone sleepover, red flag. Girl, my mama let me go to one sleepover in 3rd grade. Ain't been to one since. Girl, when they put that toothpaste in my drawers, my mama said that's a wrap. As she should. But anyway, so apparently when Toya went out of town to Vegas, she allowed her son to go sleep by I'm going to just go out on a limb and say there was some white kids. And he was only token black. And doggone NBA, not NBA, what was you? And Nintendo tape came up doggone missing. And they just automatically assumed it was the nigga. Like Dr. Eugene said, as a black man, those type of accusations could get you. And Toya cut him off and said, "Pop, I'm going to stop you when you start lying. Stop sending y'all churn around them. Your husband was home. If you needed a babysitter or whatever the case, get you somebody on standby. Stop sending your churn around anybody's house. It ain't just white, black, purple, green. It don't matter. Stop sending your churn around these people's house. That's your problem. Y'all, they white, they elite, they mom and them play tennis and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Whole time now, your son is doggone labeled as a doggone thief. Girl, make it make sense. But Dr. Eugene wasn't here for it. He just wanted to hear the last quarter of the game and ask Toya how she was doing because she seemed stressed coming off the trip. Toya said, girl, stress, please. I wasn't stressed. I was good. But he asked her how she's doing because he was like, he feels like, there's something kind of like going on. And she was like, I'm good. She looked cute at least. That's all I could think of. Moving on to the next scene. Dr. Heavenly goes down to see Dr. Jackie to get her results. She is premenopausal. But before she can even digest that, she tells Dr. Jackie that she found out that the doctors want her to start looking at hospice. And what we all know about hospice is when your loved one goes on hospice, that means they're on the way out the door, like ASAP. It could be tomorrow, it could be 30 days, whatever. But it's ASAP. So she's hurting behind that. You know, she can't even focus on her premenopausal stuff and all that stuff. I know Dr. Jackie want to do an old party with the orgasm party. I wish I was there. But Jackie want to do a whole bunch of stuff. But, you know, Dr. Heavenly has a lot going on. And, you know, I kind of struggle with that because this is what I struggle with my own self. Like, a part of me felt like your mama was not the greatest to you because you still have childhood trauma, but it's still your mama. I struggle with that because I deal with that with my own mama. Like, my mama haven't been the greatest to me, but she's still my mama. But sometimes when I tolerate so much because she's still my mama, it makes me feel bad because I feel like she needs to be held accountable. Is that weird? Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this. But we find out her mama is, you know, going on hospice, girl. I'm sorry. I ain't never experienced it, knock on wood. I hope I never have to, but it is what it is. Moving on. Dr. Kieran laid out his rules, said what he said, and he's ready to tell Anila what's going on. Girl, Anila parents not going to do it, look at them rules and say, who the hell you talking to? Ain't going to do them. Listen, why did you do that, Dr. Karen? You had to go out there and pick their bags up from in front of the door and all this stuff. This was just too much. You done wasted a lot of time, a lot of man hours. You could have been doing a whole lot of other things. But the mama said, you're not going to tell me what to do. I tell you what to do. I'm the oldest. I got more experience. Karen, Anila, y'all can kick rocks with no shoes. Said what I said, tore up the doggone paper and threw it away. He said there's a recycling bin. She said Dr. Anila's, not Dr. Anila, but Anila's mama said, recycle my ass. Basically is what she said. Let's move on. Now it's dinner at Simone and Cecil's house. Now this is what I didn't understand about this part. Simone and Cecil had dinner because she wanted couples advice, but she only invited Heavenly and Contessa. Well, why you didn't invite Anila and Toya? You feel like their relationships is not obsolete? Because I do. You know, the women are kept women. You know, maybe you needed some real advice. I don't know. But in my opinion, if you're writing a book, you need advice from everybody. But anyway, they come in there. You know, Heavenly come in on her. Or they need us to tell us what a perfect marriage look like. Because, you know, me and Daddy, we perfect. We perfect. We perfect. It's so much trouble in your marriage, Heavenly. We can see it. Because you so busy over here hollering about what's perfect. We know it's trouble in paradise, girl. We can see it, girl. But we going to let you have it. Contessa arrives and says she got some green peas or whatever she had in her bag. So, you know, Contessa looked cute. Her makeup and everything was cute. Go ahead on. So they go sit down. You know, Heavenly tells Contessa, girl, they want us to tell them about a perfect marriage. And like Dr. Simone said, that ain't what I said. Cecil plays with the fake... not DNA, not DNR. What do you call it? NDA. Cecil was like, well, we got an NDA because we need to know what's going on. The heifers were scared, but it was just a joke. But basically, what they want is advice. They don't want you to add nothing. They don't want you to take nothing away. But if they use something you say, get writer's credit. Say what I said. That's to Contessa, Contessa and Heavenly. Talk to a writer. But either way, they want to have, you know, different ideas to put in their book. You know, they don't want it only from their own perspective. I don't really know how that works. Because in my mind is, you want others' perspective, but you're writing the book from your own perspective. So I don't really know about that. But either way, they start to go around the table and talk about things. And Dr. Damon decides to say, listen, he was speaking in a roundabout way, but he really was speaking about his own wife. Listen, a lot of times y'all take things, people say y'all ball it up, put it in the pocket, and then when stuff go left, y'all use it at each other, and it's not a right thing to say. Now, we all knew he was talking about his own wife, but Dr. Contessa took it upon herself to say, screw, you must be talking about your wife. And he said, I'm just saying in general, typically women are like this and men don't cross those boundaries because we know once we cross those, there are consequences and possibly no return, right? Dr. Contessa loses her everlasting mind, and you talking about your wife and your wife and your wife and your wife, and it made Dr. Damon say, listen, I'm just trying to explain something to you. I really wish Dr. Contessa had allowed Dr. Damon to explain himself. I really do, because I feel like she would have learned so much, but she was so busy on pointing the finger, she kind of missed it. And then here comes Dr. Heavenly with her ignorant shit. Let him talk, fuck. Let him talk. Why you can't even respect him and nothing? Let him talk. And you shut the fuck up, Contessa. And Contessa said, no, Heavenly, you shut the fuck up. And woo. And I'm just sitting here like, Dr. Damon Daddy said, I don't have time for this. After he done told Heavenly to shut up and she didn't want to listen, he said, I will see you hoes later. Bye. Picked Heavenly hand up. She get out there in the car. She want to be humble. Oh, Daddy, I would never, you know, dishonor you. or disrespect you, Daddy. I just need you to know I would never do that. But Dr. Daddy said, didn't I tell you to shut the hell up, but you didn't listen. Get your ass in his car. So she got in the car, shut the door, put her seatbelt on. He got on the other side, and she said, Daddy, I'm sorry. Daddy, I'm sorry. But Dr. Daddy Damon wasn't here for it. And you know what? It just made me a little moisture again. Because, you know, I love me some Dr. Daddy. I love a man that know what he wants, demand it, and don't play no games about it. Go home and beat me, Daddy. But that's some old fantasy stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with y'all. But anyway, yeah, Dr. Damon wasn't here for it. He said, listen, Contessa don't get it. Contessa, you didn't get it. You took it way overboard. You should have let it ride the way it was riding. Heavenly, you don't make it no better. Like Dr. Damon said, you play your part as you do. Don't act like you innocent. But, yeah, it is what it is. But this is what I didn't understand. While Dr. Damon was trying to defuse the situation with Contessa, where was Scott? I know he was sitting right there. Is he right there? But why did you jump in and kind of like calm down your wife? You just sit there like a little biatch. Y'all know how I feel about the men in medicine. I ain't really particularly care for him sitting there while she go back and forth with a man. Say what I said, debate your mom. Anyway, we move on. Dr. Damon basically tells Heavenly she ain't listening, and she don't. But he ready to leave. He tells Cecil, look, Cecil, I'm out this bitch. I'll catch you on the high side. Cecil was like, well, take it easy on your wife. She got a lot going on. Like Dr. Damon said, but I told her to shut the fuck up, and she didn't. I'm going to beat her when we get home. Basically, is how I took it. He didn't say he was going to beat her. Let me stop, because I don't want y'all to feel like Dr. Damon's daddy is doing some type of beating, unless it was warranted or wanted. You know. But yeah, he just said, I got it, bro. This is my wife. I'm going to deal with it. Now you got to go home and apologize to your man. And I know you ain't sucking no peen the way you act like you be sucking it. But you're going to have to get on your knees tonight, Dr. Heavenly. We move on to the next scene. All shots for everybody. Girl, Dr. Jackie giving orgasm shots to the girls. She said they remove your platelets, put your blood in it or whatever, and then scoot it back in your clitoris. And it's supposed to make you go skirt, skirt. Literally. And in my mind, I said, why wasn't I there? But that's the party she having. But before the party could start, Dr. Heavenly calls her and said, girl, look, I ain't going to make it. I just had to sign the DNR for my mama. It's real tough on me. She was crying. Look, shout out to Dr. Heavenly. I don't know what that feels like. I feel so bad that you're going through that. At first I was just like, is she not coming because of the Contessa issue? But then when she started to talk about why she wasn't coming, I completely understood. And I hope that, you know, if her mother hasn't passed, that she's doing well. Even if she has, I hope that she's doing well. Because I feel like Dr. Heavenly don't deserve that. Even though she's crazy, she still don't deserve that. That's just my opinion. But anyway, so after Dr. Jackie explained what's going on, all the girls arrived. And for the life of me, I didn't understand why Anila brought her mom. Especially knowing how judgmental your mom is. Why would you bring her down there? So everybody get ready to get their old shots. Dr. Simone go first, and Anila Mom says she ain't doing it. Now listen, it's a cultural thing. I understand. You could be 45, like Toya said, and your mom get to tell you what to do. That's a cultural thing. I ain't got nothing to say about that. Let these people have their culture. However, I wouldn't have brought my mom if I knew she was so judgmental. Girl, Simone go back there, get her little shot or whatever, come back, tell the girls it's like a bee sting. And I'm with Toya. I don't want my stuff to feel like it's been stung by a bee. That don't even sound right. People don't like getting stung by bees on their arm. Why would I want that on my kid? Bad representation of how it felt. But either way, you know, I'm with Toya. Girl, if that's what it's about, I don't really want it. But all the girls go through it. Even Carrie and everybody else go through it. All the girls go through it except Anila. Dr. Jackie came out again and said, can Anila get it? And Anila Mom said, hell no, she won't go. And it was what it was. Anila want to whisper in Dr. Jackie's ear and say, I'll be back around here tomorrow. Girl, no, the shot's going to be $2,500 like they was before. Yo, you get it tonight or it's $2,500 tomorrow. That's what I would have told Dr. Jackie. And shout out to Dr. Jackie having a doggone something to sell every episode. See, you have to need to take note. Dr. Jackie got something to sell every doggone episode. She going to make a coin. I was watching Funky Dineva, and Funky Dineva said, put something for the boys' bussy. You'll be out of business. You'll be able to retire in a month. Girl, please. But anyway, So while that's going on, the girls then we got their clips shot up or whatever the case may be. Toya pulls over Anila, I think it was like, girl, I heard Dr. Contessa went on and checked Dr. Daddy Damon. And then Contessa comes over. She said, girl, come on, we over here talking about you. Contessa come over there. And she said, yeah, girl, I was told that you checked Dr. Damon. And she said, I did. Contessa, you didn't check him. First of all, you didn't check him. You said some stuff, but you didn't check him. That's two different things. And then secondly, why do you feel like you need points off of that? I'm confused. But Quiet over here and gets all dramatic as she does and was like, so you know why Heavenly did that? Heavenly's losing her mother as we speak. Quiet just be blowing me sometimes. Girl, you should have been on Broadway. Yeah, you should have been on Broadway, girl. Some Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, you know. The Wiz. You just giving me them type of Broadway vibes. You do too much. I understand what you were saying, but you do too much. Needless to say, Dr. Contessa decided in the middle of all that, although me and this girl beefing, I don't want nothing bad to happen to her or her loved one, so let's say a prayer. Look at Quiet. See, this is the woman I know. This is the woman I know. Girl, Quiet, go sit your ass down. You didn't want to get the shot because you said you want the man to do the work. You didn't want to give him half the work. Now, I agree with that. But like you said, you dating. You don't want to be fooled. And the shot went off and you find out he ain't worth a dime in the bed. See what I said. So I understand that part, but Quiet, you're just so dramatic to me. It's just, I don't like the drama and the dramatics with you, Quiet. I just don't. I'm sorry. Anyway, Toya says she want her vagina tingle, don't want it shocked, but she went back there and got it shocked anyway. Simone come back after howling and screaming and howling at the moon, making the girls think it was just the worst thing coming. And it really wasn't all that. Y'all just doing too much. That was really the end of the episode, girl. Everybody got their shots. Anila said she'd be back around there the other day or the next day or whatever the case may be. But I feel like since you bought your mom, Dr. Jackie needs to charge you the $2,500 that it normally costs. Said what I said. But Dr. Jackie, what kind of insurance you take so I can get mine? I don't need it, but I would like to have it. It's a lot of dudes I want them to feel like they're doing a lot. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode of Married to Medicine. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on TikTok, and I will see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.